Hello, and welcome to our webinar, Why MSPs Choose Vade to Better Secure Their SMB Customers, brought to you by Vade. I'm your host, Katie Bavoso from the Channel Company. While the news headlines often feature names of recently breached multi-billion-dollar corporations, small to mid-sized businesses are among the most vulnerable and most targeted organizations when it comes to cyber attacks. In fact, nearly 42% of small businesses were impacted by a cyber attack in 2021. Although concerning, this growing trend does open new doors to opportunities for managed service providers. But only if they choose the right vendor partner. That's exactly what we'll be discussing today in 3 segments. I'm now joined by Brian Fravel, Vice President of Marketing, and Mike Pate, Vice President of Sales Americas, both from Vade. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you both so much for being here today. Let's get started with our first segment, Market Opportunities. The time is now. Brian, you're going to get us started with this segment, and thank you once again for being here. First of all, what's currently impacting the cybersecurity landscape, and how has this changed the way small to mid-sized businesses prioritize their cybersecurity approach?
Yeah, probably the biggest and most obvious is what we just went through with the COVID pandemic. And we all became remote workers. And I think we all agree that that's here to stay, and probably in some hybrid form. That opened up a whole new opportunity for hackers out there, because now, rather than having your employees maybe sitting in a building behind a firewall, VPN, they're out in Starbucks, they're at home, anywhere. And that made it really easy for cyber criminals to start to send phishing emails to get people to click on things they shouldn't be clicking on. And those small and medium businesses that didn't have an added layer of security, they felt the pain. And, I think a lot of times people think, oh, I'm not a target, I'm a small, medium business. Why would a cyber criminal want to come after me? Actually, oftentimes it's easier to dupe the small and medium businesses. The enterprises tend to have much higher levels of security.
Brian, you spoke about the opportunities this all created for bad actors and hackers, but what opportunities has it created for managed service providers?
Well, I think a lot of small and medium businesses out there still remain uneducated because, as I said, I'm not a target. It's the big companies that are a target. And so good enough security is what too many small and medium businesses are using. For managed service providers, if you can go in and educate your clients that actually good enough is not good enough, and you need added layer of security, it's an opportunity for you to be more valuable to your client and potentially offer products and services and make more money.
So what challenges has this increase in demand for managed security, along with an increase in cyber attacks, created for MSPs? Because while there's great opportunity out there, of course, then it's like, well, how do we take advantage of that?
Yeah, every MSP I talk to, one of the most frustrating things for them is, how do I keep up with this ever evolving landscape? And it's constantly changing. The bad guys are all coming up with new ways. So I think for a managed service provider, my best advice would be find the right partners who can do the hard work for you, make it simple for you so you spend more time selling the value you can offer to your customers, and not spending all your time trying to get educated on the latest and greatest cyber attacks.
Thanks so much, Brian. Some great insights there. Now we're going to go into segment 2, the right tools for the job. And Mike, you're going to take care of this segment for us. So first of all, tell me, what is Vade?
Well, Vade is an email security company that currently protects over 1.4 billion mailboxes around the globe. And the beauty of protecting that many mailboxes is that those boxes feed our AI machine, our learning filters, so that we're continually updating our filters. Brian spoke a little bit about the challenges that MSP face and always staying up to date. Well, with that many mailboxes feeding our AI machine learning, we're continually up to date. We're continually cutting edge when it comes to the rules to look out for the bad guys. We do the holistic approach, post-delivery, offering continual scanning, remediation, and also education, so we can actually teach the offenders, if you will, within your organization to look out for bad guys and not to repeat the same bad behavior.
Education is a very important part. And speaking of important parts, not just talking about Vade specifically, but on a basic level, what solutions and services should make up an MSP cybersecurity portfolio, and why?
Yeah, it's a good question. Thinking about it holistically, I think a lot of companies in our space are good at sort of double bolting the front door, but they leave a window open. So you need to be thinking about email security, phishing detection, backup, email encryption, and finally disaster recovery. Again, all in harmony. Because like I said, a lot of folks focus just on one segment of the business, leaving threat vectors unprotected, and nobody wants that for sure.
So, what should an MSP look for in a cybersecurity vendor and its solutions when they're shopping around?
Yeah, especially with the MSPs that we serve, deployment's got to be simple. It's got to be very, very easy to implement. It's got to be easy to support, of course, effective and powerful. But it also has to be profitable. Let's face it, if you're going to add a powerful solution, you want to keep your customers safe. That's obviously job one. You also want to be able to improve the profitability of your business, and Vade checks all those boxes.
So, how can MSPs differentiate their portfolios with Vade solutions?
I mean, MSPs have to be able to sort of uniquely offer an ability to reduce time to implementation, reduce support issues, easily and effectively train their users. And Vade is easy to adopt. It's very easy to sort of insert us into your product stack, where we'll help you save on your time, day-to-day management of your clients' email security needs. And overall, as I mentioned, it's a more profitable relationship in the process.
Mike, what makes Vade solutions ideal for protecting SMBs specifically?
Yeah, Brian touched a little bit on this earlier, but SMBs see a large variety of attacks that threaten their businesses. Let's face it, MSPs need a filter that is always updating and using the latest trends to protect their clients. And Vade's unique approach, using so many mailboxes to collect bad guy data, is really unmatched throughout this marketplace. And our ability to find the bad actors that are trying to attack the clients is pretty unmatched.
Bad guy data should be on a t-shirt somewhere. Searching for bad guy data, #Vade.
For sure.
That's going to bring us into our third and final segment today, called Why Vade? And Brian, let's have you get us started here. How does Vade support its MSP partners? We're not just talking about obviously great solutions and services, but all those things that go on the business end. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, like you said, it starts with the product, but we also, in our product, which is unusual in the industry, offer awareness training. So if someone accidentally clicks on a phishing email they shouldn't have, they're automatically served up reinforcement educational training as to why you shouldn't click on those type of things. In addition, setup is super easy. The product was designed for MSPs. You're up in minutes, not days, hours, weeks. Offer training, certifications, and then for the right opportunities, even market development funds.
Brian, how do you help new partners go to market quickly with Vade?
We've got some great marketing tools for sure. We have a lot of marketing assets. That's kind of Brian's wheelhouse. I turned to him for a lot of that stuff. But we have the ability to support them at trade shows, to do sales certification training. It's a really holistic approach to the launch phase. And sometimes it means end user awareness training. But we try to approach it in a way that checks all the boxes for sure.
Yeah, and we try to tailor it to each individual client. I mean, whether it's a vertical focus or awareness training, we try to make it useful to whoever's buying the product.
What about more established MSPs? Obviously, they've been around, they know what to look for. Why should they choose Vade?
I haven't met an MSP that doesn't struggle with time management and spending more time on growing their business and building relationships versus managing tools. We purposely built Vade to be as lightweight for the MSP as possible, but as Mike said, one of the best AI filtering engines in the industry. And so we pride ourselves on, you spend less time managing the technical aspects of Vade and more time working with your clients, building relationships, and hopefully making more money.
The making more money part is what everybody wants to know more about.
Of course.
Absolutely. And the bigger you are, the more clients you have to manage. And then it's even more critical that your platform be easy to execute for a larger audience. And we make that easy as well.
You brought it up a little earlier, but I want to double down on it. How can Vade help MSPs make more money and grow their businesses?
When you think about good old-fashioned profit margin, we move our product through distribution, our large distributors, at a lower cost than our competitors. And it's the margins that you would see with the Vade relationship are higher, plain and simply.
Last question today. Where can interested MSPs go to learn more about Vade?
Of course, the easiest place is to go to vadesecure.com. We have plenty of forms there. We would love to give you a demo, set you up on a proof of concept or trial. It is super easy. And I think once you get your hands on it, you'll realize how easy it is and how powerful it is.
Thank you so much for your time today, Mike and Brian, and thank you at home for joining our webinar. If you'd like to learn more about partnering with Vade, simply visit the web address on your screen. Once more for the channel company, I'm Katie Bavoso. Thanks for watching.